What injustice burdens your heart?
Homelessness and housing,
Mm-hmm.
housing needs, and it was birthed out of the almost losing my own home.
Mm-hmm.
So consequently, because of that very, very trying situation that went on for many years,
Yeah.
it birthed in me a desire to see others through it. It gave me compassion for people struggling through the situation.
Sure.
There was one gentleman, he was a Korean War veteran and he was going through the same circumstances where this investor flipper was trying to steal this house. And he said, he had gone through the Korean War, and he said this was more traumatic than that.
Wow.
And I agreed, but never had the war experience.
Right.
So certainly that trying time was really what became foundational in wanting to help others and see them through difficult times.
I appreciate that. How has God equipped you to engage in helping people with housing and homelessness?
One of the things that I'm a certified residential real estate appraiser, and after the 2008 market meltdown, a fair amount of my work came from foreclosures, REO properties, real estate owned. And so in doing foreclosures, I came to see that in 40 to 60% of the situations, there was one major problem with the house that pushed the people out the door. And it was usually a roof or a furnace or a septic system failure, and, plumbing. Something major had a major event. So I would look for that major event, but it really started getting me thinking that if we can help people to get through that major event, that crisis situation, so if we can avert that by helping them with replacing the roof or...
What are some of the first steps that you've taken in following Jesus and engaging with this injustice?
I took a look back at 2022 and all the people and situations and circumstances that I was involved in, and I saw a pattern. And the pattern was, in each situation, whether they were homeless for 11 years, living in their car, it was shelter was the underlying theme. They felt the need to start sheltersadvocacy.org. So I've filed for the name, so that's kind of cool. And seems like there's a lot of support and interest in wanting to help, but it's really in the, other than filing for the name, that's about, and it being an idea. Sure. is where I'm at with that right now.
Can I ask, some of the first steps I think of for you are actually all the people that you encountered in the last couple of years who were struggling, and a lot of what you did was befriend them and became a guardian for one person. And so in that case, is there anything you would encourage people to when it comes to obeying the compassion that God, puts on our hearts?
Yeah. Well, and going back to what He's birthed in me, and with particularly people who are homeless that I meet on the street, there's two things that always I want to know. I have this innate curiosity to know what put them in that situation and circumstance. Was it alcohol? Was it drugs? Was it a family situation? Why are they estranged from their family? Why are they... Is it mental illness? So looking at all of that, that's and looking, how can I facilitate, be Jesus for them to heal the family relationship, maybe making amends, reaching out, trying to see if there's some way of, or just being a father in one situation, where there was a bad father situation, and I think that was what attributed to the housing problem as well. The second thing is something I picked up from Mother Teresa, and that was, she said that loneliness is the greatest poverty. And that a lot of times with people in particular that are homeless, they lack physical touch, they lack just basic conversation, somebody listening to them. They're very much unseen, unheard, and that is the greatest poverty. So oftentimes we think that they're looking for money, and some just are, they're looking to feed that addiction, and that's the part that the community sees, or that we see when there's somebody on the side of the road or whatever. But I think if you look beyond that, they're really lacking the physical touch, the communication, the conversation, just sharing a meal,